Hello, my name is Annika Markovic and I'm the Swedish Ambassador to the Netherlands, and I'm really very happy to be present with you today here virtually to start up this year's Wikigap Challenge. When I was young, and that's a few years ago, and we come into a discussion where we were not sure about the facts, we went to look it up in a dictionary or encyclopedia to fill up our knowledge gap. Little did we know, or rather, little did we think about who made those encyclopedias. Scientists and experts working those books were mostly men. How much has happened since then? Now our worldwide number one place to look for knowledge is, of course, Wikipedia. One of the amazing things about Wikipedia is that you can actually see who gathered the facts, who checked the sources, and by whom it's edited. And because of this transparency, you and I can change it, add our knowledge to it. And that is what you are all going to learn in the workshop today. And that brings me to what we will edit. Because looking through the editors and the millions of wiki pages, it's obvious that we have a gender gap. 90% of those who add content to Wikipedia are men. There are 4 times more articles about men than women. I say that again. There are 4 times more articles about men than about women. The figures vary, of course, regionally, but no matter how you look at it, the picture is clear. The information about women is less extensive than that about men. Regardless of which language version of Wikipedia you read, we want to change this. Instead of talking about the gender gap, we want to take action. That's why Sweden teamed up with Wikipedia to start Wikigap, an initiative in which people around the world came together to write articles about women in various fields. Since it started in 2018, Wikigap events have been organized in more than 60 countries, resulting in more than 35,000 new and expanded articles in 30 different languages. The articles edited in connection with Wikigap have been viewed more than 160 million times, so we are really making a change. And starting today, close to International Women's Day, we kick off this year's Wikigap Challenge. Online, like so many things this year, and many other Swedish embassies around the world also host Wikigap events today. Thanks to Wikigap, more women and their achievements are being made visible. From Masako Waki-Miya, an 82-year-old Japanese app developer, to Hong Kum Lee, a South Korean Antarctic researcher, and many, many more. Sweden is the first country in the world to pursue a feminist foreign policy. We do this based on the conviction that gender equality is fair and right, and because it's a basic condition for sustainable peace and security. It's also the economically smart things to do. This feminist foreign policy is about women's rights. It's about women's representation, and it's about women's resources. Wikigap will improve women's representation by increasing the number of articles about them on Wikipedia. We have, together with Wikipedia's Gender Gap group in the Netherlands, identified a few sections that need attention. These are, for instance, women within tech, women within peace and security, and women working for human rights. I actually had a look this morning at Wikipedia, and my colleague, the Dutch Ambassador for Human Rights, Pascal Rotenhuis, she's not in Wikipedia, so I think that is one of the first that should be edited. So I challenge you today, use your imagination to come up with new articles about these themes or other areas where women are not equally represented. Together, we are creating a more gender-equal internet and a more gender-equal world. So let's start closing the gender gap online. Thank you.